true. This is exactly how it went down. I came back. I don't know if it was the Sunday night game or the Monday night game, and the Patriots were playing. And up at this time, the talk was, can Tom Brady still sustain a good career being older?
Oh, sure. And I remember that.
Yeah, this was 2018. And they did his whole special on him about him admitting he started to have a better off season and eating a better way in the off season and not taking his off season for granted. So it lit a light bulb, and I started to think, you know what? Monday I start for the Masters Pittsburgh Pro. And it was October, whatever, into Masters Pittsburgh Pro. And I started to just do something I've never done before in my bodybuilding career. I became a student of bodybuilding. I started to study anything and everything about whatever Charles Poliquin written. Okay, because he's one of he's since passed away, but all his writings about training are amazing.
Now, who was he? Who was he?
Charles Poliquin.
And I've actually never heard of him. So who
he's one of the world's famous trainers. He's
really?
Got a lot of Olympic trainers, a lot of Olympic athletes he trained, and he had his own theories on. And I met him in person, so I kind of knew his background.
Okay.
And he was big on the 10x10 German volume training.
Okay.
And then I started to read about from that into Vince Garanda, how he put the 10x10 program. Right?
I know who that is.
Yeah. So it actually, Vince Garanda invented it back in the 50s. And then I just started to read about time under tension, 8x8, 6x6s, and, changing your workouts all the time. And you're older now. You can't train the way you used to train because today, like older guys, when we try to lift the same weights we used to lift, our tendons and ligaments come into play before our muscles. When we were younger, our tendons and ligaments were like, hey, bring on the pain. We could take it.
Yeah.
And the muscles will get a great pump.
Okay.
So I started to actually change the format of how I train. I would start to do all isolation work first and compound movements last.
Now, explain what the difference is, isolation versus compound.
So, all right, you're going to do legs. Compound movement would be squats, and an isolation movement would be your leg extensions, leg curls, right?
Okay.
All right. So I would go into the gym and do, say, 4 sets of leg extensions supersetted with leg curls. And it would be just easy, just to get a pump. And then once I got a pump, and back in the day, we called it pre-exhaust.
Yes.
Pre-exhaust. But I would take it a little differently, a little further, because I was supersetting quads and leg curls. And then I would probably go do leg press, and then a hack squat or a regular squat. Because I'm a little older and my knees can't take the beating right off the bat. My hips are, they don't get warmed up as fast. And
now, would you use that style for every body part you train? Because I'm actually interested in that, because I'm 45 years old.
I do that with everything I train now.
So now when you do chest, you do isolation stuff before bench?
Yeah. So
really,
first off, I never benched. Have I ever benched? Yes. But bench pressing has never been in my arsenal. It doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Since day one, it's never been a comfortable, I don't want to say like I want to be comfortable training. I don't mind being uncomfortable. What I mean is it's not a flowing movement for me. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't get a pump from it unless I have 135 pounds on the bar.
I see. Yeah.
So what I do is I'll do pec deck or dumbbell flies or cable flies first. And then I move into a dumbbell pressing movement. And then I move into an incline barbell or an incline Smith machine or an incline hammer, depending upon how I'm feeling.
And back is the same kind of thing. You would do either pull-ups or
oh my God,
lat pull downs.
Back. I just did back on Friday, and today's Sunday. And I'm so sore right now from just pulling and squeezing, because you have to think about, we can't see our back.
Right.
We have to feel our back. And when we're younger, we have so much, strength that we could just pull a ton of weight and it's not bothering us at all.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't, because as soon as I could probably go as high as a 90-pound dumbbell to do a one-arm row.
Mm-hmm.
But I can handle 120. But that 120, that 100, that 10, 110, 100, 110, 120, I can handle it. But all I feel it is where in the insertions of where the anchors were in my bicep tendon.
Okay.
And I can't do it. I can't do pull downs first. I got to do them at the end of the workout when I'm warmed up. So I'm a complete fucking mess.
Okay. Well, I mean, this will help a lot of older guys that are working out this spot, because I think a lot of guys go back to the gym after having so much time off and be like, oh yeah, I could do what I did in my 20s, and I don't think that's the case. I feel it myself. I mean, I don't have as many injuries as you had. I mean, I had some cervical spine fusion, whatnot, earlier in the year. And I see myself doing a lot more isolation movements. I don't really squat or deadlift much anymore. It bothers my lower back and so on and so forth, and the knees. So, but my strength has fallen, but my shape is still, I mean, I'm not like you or, an elite bodybuilder or whatnot, but I could still see the shape and the muscle and the pump and so on and so forth. But, there was a point I was squatting over 500. I'm not doing that anymore. So I think this is very important for guys over 40 and how to change and train and still, stay in shape without hurting yourself. This is truly
it totally can be done. I'm a product of it. I'm doing it. One of the biggest things. So I remember when Kevin Levrone was making his comeback, and the big thing was all these know-it-alls were saying, you can't keep your legs when you're in your 50s. And I'm like, I'm going to prove it that I can.
Yeah. Tell Dexter Jackson that.
Right. So I don't know if I saw a video clip or an article about Evan Centopani, and he was talking about Bulgarian split squats.
Sure.
And I never done them. I just thought those were some, you see a girl doing that in the corner somewhere.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, Bulgarian split squats are probably the hardest fucking exercise to do it when done right and done heavy.
Now explain that. Explain what it is. I mean, to the best of your ability.
So when you're one. So if you're using your left leg is forward. Your right foot is on a bench elevated, and you're squatting down.
Yeah, that is difficult.
Dumbbells. And it's difficult. You have that balance, and I try to incorporate it throughout the whole off season. Like I rotate my workouts and exercises. I've never done shit like this before. I would just go into the gym in the past and just train. But now I have an actual, I actually write my workouts out for weeks in advance, and I go from there. Okay. So yeah, my legs were never a strong point, but they're my strongest point now. And I think it's because of the Bulgarian split squat.
Oh, okay.